Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you everything that I've done for option 2 up to this point in this class. My initial idea was to create an RTS type game or map in UDK to practice some level design. During module 2 I realized that would be a mistake because I'm going to school for character design, so practicing my level design really didn't seem to make much sense to me. So I decided to work in Dragon Age Origins and create some character assets in a custom module. During module 3, I created a timeline, which if I had the knowledge of everything, it would have worked, I think, pretty easily. Um, I began researching the Dragon Age editor a little bit more, and I experienced quite a few problems. A lot of trouble navigating inside of it, and also all the tutorials that I found on the internet seemed to have a lot of troubled people, outdated information, and a lot of people were doing a lot of work for really simple things, just retexturing something or changing the color of one little thing in a character. And I wanted to do a bit more than that. And with my knowledge about game engines, it was really stressing me out, and it seemed like something that I couldn't achieve. But during module 4, I was hoping that I would find the tutorials and information that I needed, so I created my story, a dungeon layout, and then I even hopped into ZBrush. It's kind of my bread and butter, and I started sculpting my first asset. So this was the first asset. It was one of the three demons that were inside of this dungeon. This was supposed to be a statue. So he's standing in a rather stoic pose, and he has facets all over him. But it was kind of a worthless sculpt. I realized that importing characters and animations was definitely over my head. So, at this time, I made a drastic change, which again worried me a lot, because I really don't like flip-flopping between ideas. I decided to change to UDK, and I was very quickly able to import assets into UDK, and that was what I did immediately as soon as I got inside of it to make sure that I'd be able to add a character. So here's Spider-Pug, a character I made for a video game a few months back. Inside the engine, it took me probably 45 minutes from downloading UDK to having my first textured model in there. UDK has tons of tutorials and information, and it seems incredibly user-friendly. In Module 5, I decided to go for it, and I started doing character research. I decided to make a typical next-gen shooter male character. It's a big brash marine running gun type. I noticed a few distinct things that all shooters nowadays seem to have. They have giant boots. They have big old spaulders. They often have elements of medieval armor or fantasy armor mixed with the futuristic armor. Here's another one, a lot more detailed. This is the detail that I'm hoping to achieve with my character. A lot of little areas and small details that just make the character very visually appealing. Again, the huge armor, huge spaulders. The goal for my character is going to be a mix between futuristic and also medieval type armor. And a perfect example of that is Warhammer. Warhammer 40k, it meshes old and new armor flawlessly together, I think, with an incredible style. In Module 5, after I did my character design, I made a third-person camera inside UDK pretty easily, and I started my speed sculpt for the Marine. This is it. A few parts are hidden because I'm going to show you some of the armor in a minute. It's just a quick basic mesh that I added some musculature. He's got a very arched back, very thick fat neck, and a very strong jaw. He's also got huge forearms like all those characters had. And so in Module 6, I guess this week, I've gathered more tutorials about importing custom characters, animations. I've talked to my freelance clients who said they'll assist me there in the process to make sure that I'm going in the right direction. I've found a lot of great forums that I've subscribed to. Yeah, so that's that. And then I really wanted to get in and do a lot of design of my character because I felt like I was very far behind. So with the armor design, after I had this speed sculpt up of this character, it's very high polygon, you know, it's not for game use right now. I first created a breastplate to wrap around and kind of pops up a little bit in the front. I then made some big old spaulders for him. This is all pretty low resolution still. I've got another pass to go on it before I start my real detailing. And then, like all those characters, they had a big collar and then some kind of huge pack behind them, either fueling something or holding all their guns. So his has a little hydraulic mount here protecting his like football armor, I guess, and then some kind of tube, maybe for exhaust, which actually goes into one of his gloves. And the character is actually powered by these tubes, which are going to be filled with this blue gel. Then I made some big old gauntlets. These are still pretty raw, and some armor inspired by actually like a typical spacesuit for the bendy parts of his armor. Again, I'm trying to mesh medieval with futuristic, so he has these gauntlets that go way over his hands and these like elbow guards for like your sword arm. And then of course you need some big old boots. I tried to keep a very strong pose with him, very arched back. So he's got these very large boots. He's got some more of the bendy material, and then some kind of big knee and thigh guard that I created here. There's still a lot of work to do on this, but I actually did the majority of this in about 2 days, about 6 hours a day, going from high poly resolution to low poly. It's been a lot of work on this character since I decided to switch. I only did my switch at the end of Module 4, so about 5 days. I'm excited to get to work again. Thank you.